from the executive producers of Lost comes from. It's on EPIX, and today I have the star of the show, Harold Perrineau. Good morning, Harold. How are you?
Good morning, sir. I'm well. How about yourself?
Well, first of all, I have this big grin on my face because I can go all the way back to Fame. I could
Oh
go all
my.
the way back to Romeo and Juliet, and
Wow. Wow.
I can go to Matrix Reloaded, and I'm like, oh yeah. But we're not here to talk about that. Let's talk about From. Tell us about this brand new series.
So this show on Epics is billed as a horror, but it's really more of a suspense thriller horror, like all these things all at once. From is about a town of people who are all trapped together with no way out. There are no roads that lead out of this town, and when the sun goes down, literal monsters show up that can kill you. And so I play the sheriff of the town. My name is Sheriff Boyd Stevens, and I am tasked with, protecting one part of this town. There's another part of the town that has a different philosophy about how to live through these monsters. But in my part of the town, we have rules and obligations and ways that things that we do to keep ourselves safe. And it's my job to make sure I keep as many people safe as possible.
I saw a little bit of the trailer of it, and that's a little scary that you're stuck in this town because that one
Yeah.
family kept going around in circles and winding right back down in the middle of town. So, how did you, the sheriff, get there?
Well, I would love to tell you right now, but you could go and watch the show. But pretty much everyone goes through the same thing. They get to this place where there's a tree that's downed, and they have to back up. And as soon as you do that, you are in the town, and there is no way out. You can back out of the town. You can go forward out of the town. You can turn left or right, and it doesn't matter. You will go around and around and around until you decide to stop, or you are forced to stop, and someone will come and let you know. Worst day of your life. There you are.
All I got to say, if I'm on a two-lane highway and a tree is down and I start seeing crows, I know I'm in trouble.
Get out the car, climb over the tree, walk. Don't
Right, definitely. All right,
don't
now
get
let's talk about the journey.
back.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about the journey from Fame
Oh,
to Romeo Juliet to
yeah.
Matrix to the day. Let's talk a little bit about your journey.
Let's talk about it. What do you want to know?
Uh, Tell me about the journey. How did you get started with Fame? What made you want to be an actor? And how have you been so sustainable?
Well, like there are a couple of things that are just lucky, and a couple of things that are just my passion. At the end of the day, I always wanted to be an actor. It was just figuring out how to get that done. There are no actors in my family, nobody in the entertainment business. And so it was really just a process of, trial and error. And the things that I could do really well at the beginning was I could dance really, really well. And I was a pretty decent singer. So early on in my life, I went to a conservatory for a couple of years as a musical theater major, and then I left there and finished my college career at the Alvin School, dancing there. And so I was able to, once you dance at the Alvin School, I mean, you are trained to dance. You're a really good dancer. And so that's how I found myself on Fame. I spent a number of years being a dancer and dancing on different shows. But again, for me, it was still the passion that was to be an actor, and I needed to figure out how to do that. So while I was dancing, I was taking acting classes and auditioning for things and doing all this stuff. And at some point, like I stopped dancing. I didn't work anymore as a dancer. I went back and like waited tables and bartended because I just wanted to be an actor, and I wouldn't show up anywhere anymore as a dancer. And luckily enough, a couple of things happened, and then I got to audition for Romeo and Juliet. I mean, a lot. I had a lot of auditions for that, and I got to use all the things I had been working on. My acting stuff, all my dance stuff came into play because Mercutio, has that big crazy dance scene at the costume ball, and so all these things sort of converged at the same time for there. And then I just kept, plodding along. And that's what I keep doing because I really have a passion for acting. I really have a passion for the craft of it, and the things that I learned as a professional and for my personal life are really important to me. So that's how I, step by step. And now we're at From, which is a really, a great part of my life as well right now.
So for me, your best roles, not only in Fame, but Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet, and I loved you as Link in The Matrix Reloaded. So tell me,
Right.
which ones were your favorite characters that you played?
I really loved Romeo and Juliet. That was a big undertaking, and Baz Luhrmann had created this really crazy world that was intricate and specific, and I really loved doing that. For the last 5 or so years, I got to play this character on a show called Claws, where I played an autistic man who was trying to find his way in the world. His name was Dean Sims, and I played opposite Niecy Nash, who was my sister in the show. And you couldn't find a better scene partner, smarter, funnier person. So that's another one of my favorites. Yeah. And those are some of my favorites. Right now, I'm back doing another one of my favorites. This character, Julian Murchison in The Best Man. We're doing The Best Man final chapters for Peacock Network. And so that reunites me with a bunch of really great actors and great friends for the Best Man series. And so I've had a couple of great ones that I really liked.
And I've loved you playing in those roles, definitely. We've been talking with Harold Perrineau about the brand new EPIX show From, but more than anything else, I still have a big smile on my face because I do like you as an actor, and I like the roles that you've played, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure's been mine.
All right, thank you.
Okay, take care. Have a good one.
You too.